And good morning, YouTube. What's going on? What's going on? Now, folks, boy, before I get into this, I do want to say I'm sorry. I've been really busy with work, trying to get everything going, and then, I have other stuff to do, so I am terribly sorry that I have not done these right away, but, I'm getting to it, so at least you're still getting past reports and scores, so you know what's going on and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you want to know, I have typed up some more sheets and stuff. By the way, we've got the first two-sheeter for the game, so it's going to be ridiculous, folks. So let's get ready. All right, let's start off with the fourth. We had the Global Series between Chicago and Philadelphia. Now, going into the game. All right, you want some news? You want some news? I'll give you some news. Let's give you some news before we get into this. Okay. Those lose third straight. But you know what though? I'll get that in a second. Stranger Things star Lorenzo cut series for promos for Rangers. So basically, one of the stars from the series Stranger Things, he has cut some promos for the Rangers. So not bad. Okay. The Capitals have a superstar trainee introduced on the red carpet in Ovechkin's arms, believe it or not. The Blues have one, and his name is Barclay. Okay. Let's get you some. Believe it or not, the 21st Duck has experience she'll never forget. WMPT. Now this was from the fourth. I'm gonna click on this. Okay. WMPT how do you pronounce her name? Gets a thrill for joining the Anaheim players on ice before opener. Lauren introduced to a sold-out crowd and joins the Ducks during the on ice opening night at Hyundai Center. They even gave her a jersey and everything. She was on a sled. She's a sled hockey player. That's kind of nice. Okay. Now let's get into these scores. We had the Global Series on the 4th. In Prague between Chicago and Philadelphia. Now this was the record last season, don't forget. Chicago was 36, 34, and 12 with 84 points. Philadelphia 37, 37, and 8 with 82 points. When it's all said and done, here we go. Chicago, and they tied on after one period, 1-1. After two periods, Philadelphia had a 3-2 lead, and at the end of 3, Philadelphia gets a goal, but so does Chicago, but Philadelphia wins 4-3. Here we go. Travis Clowney, unassisted. Philadelphia. Alexander Nylander, he gets the goal. By the way, the Philadelphia goal was a 6:24, 7:44. A minute and 20 seconds later. Basically 80 seconds. 60. Basically 80 seconds later. Tied 1-1. Oscar Lindblom puts the Flyers ahead 2-1. And that was on a power play goal. Then Travis Clowney with his second goal, assisted by Lindholm. By the way, the first Chicago goal was assisted by Kane. His second goal today, 3-1. And by the way, the first goal was at 6:28. The second goal was at 18:04. Then Alex Burkott, his first goal of the season, assisted by Kane, his second. Gustav, his first. And it was 3-2 Philadelphia at 19:47. And that was also on a power play. Michael Ruffalo, he gets his first goal. Patrick and Hogg get the assist 4-2 at 9:48. And finally, Patrick Kane, his first goal. Gustafsson, his second. Keith, his first assist, but it wasn't enough. And that goal came at 7:53. And the power plays were 1-for-2 for Chicago, 1-for-3 for Philadelphia. Shots on goal, 31 for Chicago, 38 for Philadelphia. Next game, we had our first shootout of the year on Friday between the Winnipeg Jets and the New Jersey Devils. Okay, so after one period of play, the Devils are up 1-0. And then after 2 periods of play, Devils are up 4-1. But the Jets came back blaring, and they scored 3 goals. Devils didn't score, and then no score in overtime. So this game went into a shootout, and by a score of 2-4, 2-4 with 4 rounds. Winnipeg went 2-for-4, and New Jersey went 1-for-4. Winnipeg wins 5-4. Gustav gets the first goal at 18 minutes. 2 minutes left to go in the period. New Jersey up 1-0. Blake Coleman, his first goal. Brett got the first goal at a minute 42 in the second. Devils up 2-0. Sammy Vernon, he gets the third goal of the game at 12:34. Blake Coleman again. His second goal of the year. Subban and Zercha 4-0 at 13:52. Kovalev, he gets his first goal. Ethers and Suffolk 4 assists now for Ethel. 1949, and the second was 4-1. But Jake Rosnick at 2:41, it was 4-2, and then Matthew Pod, his first goal, Copen Lane, 4-3, and then Neil Pog, his first goal, assisted by Shuffle and their second assist. Both of them tied for 4 no goals, and then it happens. And the stats for this is, now New Jersey did pick up a point, and both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play. 30 shots on goal for Winnipeg, 39 shots for Colorado. For New Jersey. Then Washington and, you know what, I don't want to run this long. Washington and the Islanders played. Next, when it was all said and done, the final score going into the game. By the way, New Jersey was 31-41-10. That was last year's record, 72 points. Winnipeg 0-1-0. They already played. They had no points. Washington going into this was 1-0-0. Islanders 48-27-7 with 103 points. All right. When it was all said and done, the Caps win again. 2-1 was the final. Power play was 1 for 2, and 0 for 1 was the Islanders. Shots on goal were 28 for Washington, 26 for the Islanders. And Ovechkin did not score in this one, but Verna and Oshie did for the Caps. There was no scoring in the third. On scoring happened for second period. Next was Toronto at Columbus. Toronto was 1-0-0, 2 points last season. First game for Columbus. They were 43-31-4 with 98 points. And when it was all said and done, after 3 periods, Toronto wins 4-1. Marner got the going with, believe it or not, power play goal. Cody Cecil made it 2-0 at 10:52. 12:04 for the first goal. 10:52 in the second. Cam Ackerson for the Columbus on a power play. First goal was also on a power play at 14-11. But it was enough with Austin Matthews scoring his third goal of the season at 14:04 power play goal, and that said it all. This gave the Toronto their second win of the season, and power play was 2 for 5 for Toronto, 1 for 5 for Columbus. Both teams had 29 shots on goal. And finally, the nightcap, the second game between the Golden Knights of Vegas and the San Jose Sharks, their second game of their series. All right, and entering this match, the Knights were 1-0-0, and the Sharks were 0-1-0. And power play was 0 for 3 for the Knights, 0 for 5 for the Sharks. Sharks had 35 shots on goal. Vegas 29 shots. And here we go. Let's do this. William Carrier at 5:01 gave the Knights a 1-0 lead. Jonathan Machot, his first goal, and by the way, these were assisted. I'm not going to say who got the assist. At 14:09 in the first, 2-0. And then in the third, Brendan McNabb, his first goal of the season. At 15:22 in the second, shorthanded goal. Thomas Nosek, his first goal, also assisted. Yeah, all the goals were assisted. And at 16:15 in the second, 4-0 Knights. Thomas Nosek again, his second goal of the season, assisted, 1 assist by Stone, his third of the season. And 9-10, 5-0. And by the way, Brandon McNabb was also shorthanded. But Barclay Goodrow at 14:05 gets San Jose's only goal, but it was not enough. 5-1 was the final. And Golden Knights were up 2 games. All right. But actually there. Huh. Okay. All right. Now I get into last night's games. What you know, I'll tell you who I was going to go for in these games, and I was going to go for New Jersey in this game. Entering the matchup, New Jersey was 0-1, Buffalo 1-0-7. It was Buffalo, New Jersey. And when it's all said and done, Buffalo wins 7-2. Yeah, 7-2. The score after one period was 2-0, then 5-1 after 2, and then 2 more goals. And Victor Oslov on the power play, assisted by Echo and Dashel. Power play, and then Jack Axel with his first goal, also on the power play, 2-0. Kyle Perari, he got his goal at 37 seconds. By the way, that second goal by Agnell at 17:26. Perari at 37 seconds on the second. 2-1 Buffalo. Kyle also his first goal, assisted, double assist. 3-1 at 2:49. Skinner by Johnson and Shire. 4-1 at 8:57. Victor also his second goal of the year. Icon Dusha. 5-1. A power play goal. Buffalo. Travis Zerdok, he got assists by Coleman and Savard. 5-2. Sam Martin, his first goal. He got a pair of goals. By the way, 58 seconds in the third for the Devils goal. His first goal was at 3:56 in the third, 6-2, and then unassisted at 16:16. Final score 7-2. Shots on goal were 36 Buffalo, 24 the Devils. Power play 0-2 for the Devils, 3-4 for Buffalo. This game went in a shootout last night. Montreal at Toronto. Both teams entering into this were Montreal was 0-1, and Toronto was 1-0-1. Yeah. I need to check something more fast. And that's right, they played Friday. I had to double check something. So sorry, folks. So being tired. Alright, after one period of play, it was 2-1 Maple Leafs. And then 3-1 after 2. But can you believe this? Can't Montreal score 4 in the third? Toronto scores 2. This had to go into a shootout, and it took 3 rounds, but Montreal only needed 2. They win it 1-2. to 0-3, and they get the extra point, and Toronto wins 6-5. Max Darmy, he gets the goal. Montreal was up 1-0 at 108, assisted by Leonard and Garner. Austin Matthews, his 4th goal of the year, rallying Chuck at 5:57, tied up. Then Austin Crystal, his first goal, 2-1 at 15:54. Moore with his 2nd goal of the year on a power play at 1:29 in the 2nd, and he gets that all-important power play goal. Wayne Nair, power play goal, 4-1, assisted by Bear and Norfolk. Then the bottom falls out. Jonathan Dern, his first goal on a shorthanded goal, 5:27 in the 3rd, 4-2. Brandon Gordon, his first goal. Weber and Taylor, shorthanded goal at 6:29 in the 3rd, 4-3. Jeff Petey, unassisted, 4-4. Bill Dern, his first goal. Short-handed goal again, 15:20. 13:02 was the 2nd goal, their 4th goal. And Austin Matthews, his 5th goal of the year at 18:45 in the 3rd power play. And then, of course, it was over. All right, shots on goal were Montreal 42, Toronto 37. No, I'm just going to say the scores from this point out. I'll do it better next time. And Montreal went 0-3 on the power play. Toronto 3-5, even though they got a point. All right, despite the point, things are looking pretty good for Toronto. Next was the Rangers at Ottawa. When it was all said and done, Ottawa loses 4-1. Entering the matchup, New York was 0-0. Ottawa 0-1-0. And New York wins 4-1. Shots on goal were 30 for the Rangers, 32 for Ottawa. Power play 2-3 for New York, 0-5 for Ottawa. New York is undefeated, by the way. If you want to know, so you guys don't think I'm cheating. Don't trust me. All right, next is Florida at home against Tampa, Battle of Florida. Entering the matchup, Tampa was 0-1. Florida 0-1-0. And when it was all said and done, Florida wins 4-3. Shots on goal were 35 for Tampa, 28 for Florida. Power play was 0-2 for Tampa. Florida 2-3. Both teams are now even at 1 win, 1 loss, 2 points each. Columbus takes on Pittsburgh in their home opener. Both teams were 0-1-0 going into the matchup. And when it was all said and done, Pittsburgh just smears Columbus 7-2. Shots on goal were 40 for Pittsburgh, 30 for Columbus. 1-4 on the power play was Pittsburgh. Columbus 0-1. I'm going to check to see if Crosby scored real fast. I got to check, okay, because I like Crosby. He's a good player. Boy, oh boy, 5 goals, no score, and the end of 1. 5 goals scored in the, oh boy. Okay, come on. Nelson did not score, but did he got it? That's okay, then. As long as he got some points, that's all I care about. Next, this game went to overtime between Carolina and Washington. Entering the matchup, Washington was undefeated at 2-0-0. Carolina was 1-0-0. And when it was all said and done, Washington loses in overtime 3-2. Washington does pick up a most important point. Shots on goal were 34 for Washington, 28 for Carolina. Carolina was 1 for 4 on the power play. Washington over 6. But this gives Washington a very important point in the Metropolitan Division, so we'll see what can happen. Next was St. Louis out. My Blues taking on the Dallas Stars at Enterprise Center. The Blues entered this matchup 0-1 for a point, and the Dallas Stars were 0-1-0. When it's all said and done, the Blues win 3-2, and both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play. St. Louis was 30 shots on goal. Dallas was 29. And the Blues pick up a very important win. Great going. Dallas still looking for their first win. Detroit at Nashville. Detroit, this was their first game of the year. Last season they were 32, 40, and 10 with 72 points. Nashville, this was their second game of the year. They were 0-1-0 with 2 points. And when it was all said and done, Detroit wins 5-3. Detroit was 0-2 on the power play. Nashville was 1 for 2. 28 shots on goal for Detroit. 42 shots on goal for Nashville. Boston was in Arizona last night. They entered the matchup. Boston was 1-0-0. Arizona was 0-1-0. And when it was all said and done, by the way, Boston had 2 points. Boston wins 1-0. Both teams did not score on a power play. Boston was 0 for 2. Arizona was 0 for 3. 26 shots on goal for Boston. 35 shots on goal for Arizona. Boston picks up another win. They're doing good, and the Coyotes are winless. Minnesota was on the road at Colorado. Entering the matchup, Colorado was 1-0-0. And Minnesota was 0-1-0. And when it was all said and done, Colorado wins 4-2. Power play over 4 for 1 for 4 for Minnesota. 31 shots on goal for them. Colorado 1 for 6 on the power play. 32 shots on goal. Colorado picks up a very important win, so good going. San Jose was in Anaheim last night and entering the matchup winless 0-2-0. Anaheim was 1-0-0 with 2 points, and when it's all said and done, San Jose loses their third straight game by a score of 3-1. Both teams did not score on the power play. San Jose was 0 for 4. Anaheim was 0 for 2. 36 shots on goal for San Jose. 33 shots on goal for Anaheim. San Jose needs to step out there. They're winless, so anything can happen still. Then Vancouver and Calgary. Both teams were winless at 0-1-0 on no points. So who wins? It was Calgary at 3-0. Shots on goal were 30 for Calgary, 34 for Vancouver. 0 for 6 on the power play for Vancouver. Calgary was 0 for 4. And Calgary is 1-0-0. Another check. Calgary is 1-1. 1-1 because they played, and Vancouver's still looking for their first win. And finally, the nightcap. Los Angeles was in Edmonton. Los Angeles played their first game of the year. They were 31, 42, and 9. Last year was 71 points. Edmonton won 0-0 with 2 points. All said and done, Edmonton wins 6-5. Shots on goal were Edmonton 31, Los Angeles 32. Power play, Edmonton was 2 for 5, LA 1 for 5, and Edmonton stays undefeated. So So now let's sign this sheet. This is a long video. This one's the longest one I have for. Okay. Alright, are you ready? These are $10, folks. If you want them. Okay. Only 3 games on tap for today. Since we're now on November 6th. October 6th. Tampa will play a game today in Carolina, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 Central. Going into this game, Tampa is 1-0 with 2 points. And Carolina is 0-0 with, you ready for this? 4 points. And I'm gonna choose Tampa because I think Tampa got a good shot at winning this. I think Tampa got a good chance of winning it. Next, Dallas at Detroit. Detroit's home opener. Detroit is, by the way, this is a 6 o'clock Central game. 7 o'clock Eastern. Remember, I'm giving you Eastern times. And going into this matchup, Dallas is 2-0, no points. Detroit is 1-0 with 2 points. And you know what? Even though both these teams played today, both teams played, I'm gonna go. I think Dallas will get their first win this time around. I think they will, so I'm going with Dallas. Next is Winnipeg at the Islanders, and let me check see if this is being played at the in Nassau. Yes, this will be played at Nassau. So not Barclays. This will be played in Nassau, the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Entering this matchup, Winnipeg is 1-0, and the Islanders are 1-0. 2 points for Winnipeg, no points for the Islanders, and I'm gonna go with. I think the Islanders might do it because they're playing at the old Coliseum. And that's it. Only 3 games on schedule today. So I'll see you guys around. Post-game report for you guys later on. This time, I'll definitely get the post game because I'm going to be off for a while and I get a chance to relax and not worry about doing a post game report on the days I have to work. So, we will have the post game report after the puck, the final horn, and by the way, that's at 7 o'clock. And by the way, the games are 5 o'clock, 7 and 7. Only 3 games on tap, so that's not bad. All right, folks, I will catch you guys later today. So until then, stay safe, take care. Remember, the Lord's watching you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Or I'll see you guys later on today after the final horn for the Winnipeg Jets and New York Islanders. I'll see you guys. Bye.